If you've made it this far, you're officially part of the story. Now I'm curious, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below so we know how far this story has traveled. And don't forget, a new twist awaits tomorrow. If you don't want to miss the next chapter, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Trust me, what's coming next will surprise you. Until then, thank you for being here. And remember, every comment, every like, helps this story reach another heart. It was just another hectic Tuesday afternoon in downtown Chicago when Noah Bennett's life changed forever. Noah, 38, wasn't the type of man easily shaken. As the founder of Bennett Holdings, one of the city's top real estate firms, he was used to making million-dollar decisions over coffee, walking into boardrooms like he owned the world, and in many ways he did. But none of that prepared him for the sound of screeching tires and the panicked scream that followed. He was leaving a charity gala early, hoping to avoid the rush-hour traffic, when he saw the crowd forming near the park entrance. Without thinking, he stepped out of his car and ran toward the chaos. A small child no older than 5 lay unconscious, blood trickling from his leg. No parents in sight. Aiden, that was the name someone whispered, had been hit while chasing a runaway balloon across the street. Paramedics arrived quickly, but there was a problem. The boy had a rare blood type, AB negative, and he had already lost a dangerous amount of blood. The hospital was 2.5 miles away. Time was slipping through their fingers. "Noah," one of the EMTs called out. "You're a universal donor, right?" He nodded. Years ago, during a company health screening, he learned his blood could save almost anyone. What he didn't know was that, in this moment, it would save someone who was already a part of him. The hospital. Noah insisted on staying. Something about the boy, his dark eyes, the slight cleft in his chin, felt familiar. Nurses drew his blood. Doctors worked to stabilize Aiden. And then came the question that would alter everything. Are you a relative?" the nurse asked. Noah paused. "I'm not sure," he said, "but maybe I should be." He left his information just in case. Hours passed. Then the boy's mother arrived, Emily Foster, a 33-year-old waitress, out of breath and tear-streaked, clutching her chest as if her heart would give out. Her eyes locked onto Noah's for a second, and in that brief silence, recognition passed between them. 5 years ago. A conference. A night neither of them planned. "I didn't know how to tell you," she whispered. Noah said nothing, but his mind was racing. He remembered the night, but never imagined it led to this. A child. His child. Later that evening, a nurse entered with an envelope. "We ran the paternity test," she said. "The results are undeniable." Noah opened it with trembling hands. Probability of paternity, 99.9999%. That moment, something in him cracked wide open. The billionaire, the boss, the bachelor, all titles suddenly meaningless compared to the one printed on the page in front of him. Father. Noah Bennett stared out the window of his high-rise apartment, the city lights flickering below like a sea of stars. Just 48 hours ago, he was a man with everything: power, prestige, and the freedom to live life on his own terms. Now he was pacing his living room, trying to process 4 words that had changed everything. "He's your son, Noah. Aiden. 5 years old. His son. His blood. And he had almost died, without Noah ever knowing he existed." He couldn't stop, thinking about the hospital room, how Emily, his mother, clutched the boy's tiny hand, her voice shaking as she sang softly to calm him. There was pain in her eyes, but love too. A kind of fierce, quiet devotion that hit Noah harder than any lawsuit ever had. Still, a voice in his head kept asking, "Why didn't she tell me?" That question followed him into the boardroom the next morning. It echoed through conference calls and drowned out the numbers on his screen. Eventually, Noah made a decision, the kind of decision only a father could make. He called his attorney. "I want custody," he said. "Full custody." The words felt foreign in his mouth, but the conviction behind them was real. He would give Aiden everything he never had growing up: a stable home, a great education, opportunities most kids could only dream of. He wasn't just a billionaire. He was a father now, and fathers fight for their kids. What he didn't expect was that Emily would fight back. 2 days later, they were face to face again. Not in a hospital, not at some quiet cafe, but across a polished oak table in a lawyer's office. The tension in the room was sharp enough to cut glass. "You want to take him from me?" she asked, voice low but trembling. "After 5 years of silence, now you want to play hero?" "I didn't know about him," Noah replied. "That's not on me." "And what? Now you want to uproot his life, put him in some penthouse, send him to private school, surround him with strangers and call that a family? I can give him security, safety, a future. I gave him love. I gave him everything I had. Neither of them backed down, not when the lawyers stepped in, not even when things got personal. Noah offered child support, private schooling, so even to buy her a new house, but Emily refused to negotiate. "He's not for sale," she said coldly. "Not for your money, not for your name." And just like that, the battle lines were drawn. Outside the courthouse, cameras began to appear. Inside, legal teams prepared arguments. But for Noah and Emily, this wasn't just a case. It was war over the heart of a child. And for little Aidan, who just wanted both his parents, the real storm was only beginning. Noah Bennett thought the courtroom would be his greatest battle. He was wrong. The real war started at home. His mother, Vivian Bennett, matriarch of the Bennett family and queen of old money Chicago, was waiting for him the moment he walked into their lakeshore estate. Her expression was unreadable, her wineglass half full, her tone razor sharp. "So," she said, not looking up. "It's true then." Noah said nothing, just unbuttoned his coat and exhaled. He knew this wouldn't be easy. His mother cared about 2 things in life: the Bennett, legacy, and appearances. "His name is Aidan," Noah replied quietly. "And he's my son." Vivian slowly turned toward him, her diamond earrings catching the chandelier light. "From that waitress? The one from years ago?" He nodded. She took a slow sip of wine, then set the glass down with a soft clink. "I warned you," she said, "about being careless, about women like her." "Mom, she trapped you, Noah," she snapped, her composure breaking for the first time. "This is exactly what women like her do. You give them one night. They take your name, your fortune, your child, and now she's dragging our family through court." She raised him, Noah shot back. "Without my help, without our name." "She didn't ask for a dime," Vivian scoffed. "And now she wants everything. Open your eyes." But Noah had opened his eyes. That was the problem. He had seen Emily's apartment, tiny, 2 flights of stairs, cracked linoleum. He'd seen Aidan's toy cars lined up on a dusty shelf, the worn-out shoes by the front door. They didn't have much, but they had love. And yet, that didn't stop his mother. The next day, Emily got a notice. Eviction within 7 days. Her landlord wouldn't say why, just that circumstances had changed and her lease was no longer being renewed. Emily wasn't stupid. She knew exactly what was happening. Vivian Bennett was playing dirty, but that wasn't all. 3 hours later, Emily's employer, a local diner where she'd worked weekends to make ends meet, suddenly let her go. Cutbacks, they claimed. No warning. No severance. Just gone. Emily stood outside the restaurant, holding her last paycheck, watching the rain soak through the envelope. Noah didn't find out until the next morning. He stormed into his mother's study, his voice low but furious. "Did you evict her?" "She's a problem," Vivian said coldly. "I'm solving it. She's the mother of your grandson. She's a threat to everything we've built. And if you won't protect your name, I will." Noah left without another word. But as he rode down the elevator, something twisted in his chest. This wasn't about money anymore. This wasn't about winning. This was about doing what was right, and if that meant going to war with his own family, and so be it. By the end of the week, Noah Bennett wasn't just fighting a custody case or his own mother. He was fighting the headlines. It started small. A gossip blog posted a grainy photo of Noah leaving the courthouse beside Emily. The caption was subtle but biting. "Billionaire Bennett's secret baby mama." By the next morning it was everywhere. Business sites, tabloids, even morning talk shows. Everyone suddenly had something to say about Noah Bennett, the clean-cut real estate mogul with a hidden son and a waitress lover. Phrases like, illegitimate. Child and scandal were plastered across thumbnails. Paparazzi staked out his office. Camera crews hovered outside Emily's apartment. Emily, already bruised by eviction and job loss, now had to walk her 5-year-old son past flashing cameras just to get him to preschool. "Mommy, why are they taking pictures of us?" Aiden whispered one morning, clutching her hand tightly. Emily didn't answer. She just pulled her hoodie tighter and kept walking. Meanwhile, inside Bennett Holdings, the pressure was boiling. Noah's assistant, Mark, slid into his office mid-morning. With a look that said, "Brace yourself, you need to see this," he said, dropping a tabloid on the desk. The front page read, "Bennett Empire built on lies." Noah barely flinched. "What's the damage?" Stock took a 4% hit overnight. Shareholders are calling, and the McAllister Group is reconsidering the riverfront deal. That hit harder than the headlines. The riverfront project was worth over $200 million, months of planning, millions in pre-construction costs, and now, because of a personal matter, it was in jeopardy. Noah ran a hand through his hair. "Call a board meeting today." Within the hour, the conference room was filled with suits and side-eyes. Everyone was polite, but the energy was tense. One executive finally spoke up. "Noah, you've built this company with precision and professionalism, but this scandal is bleeding into the brand." "It's a custody case," Noah replied, "not a criminal charge." "True, but investors don't care about context, they care about confidence. And right now, we're losing." "Both." Noah took a breath. He'd faced down billion-dollar negotiations, outbid Fortune 500 companies, and revived dead neighborhoods. But somehow, this felt bigger, messier, more personal. Because this wasn't just about optics. It was about his son. Later that night, while reviewing blueprints in his office, he received a text from Emily. "Please ask your people to leave my building alone." He didn't respond right away. He knew she meant the reporters, but he also knew some of them were being tipped off from the inside. Vivian Noah looked out over the Chicago skyline, lit up like a circuit board. Somewhere out there, his son was sleeping. And tomorrow, the media circus would be waiting again. He turned back to his desk, picked up the phone and called his legal team. "If they want a war," he said, "we'll give them one. But we do it my way." Because now, it wasn't just about winning custody. It was about protecting what mattered most. Noah Bennett didn't sleep that night. After hours of back-to-back calls with PR teams and lawyers, he sat alone in his penthouse, staring at a framed architectural model he once called his legacy. Now, legacy looked a lot less like steel and glass, and a lot more like a 5-year-old boy with chocolate on his chin and a gap-toothed smile. He hadn't seen Aiden in days, not since the court imposed temporary visitation limits due to the pending custody hearing. But everything changed that Friday afternoon. The call came from the preschool director. Aiden had fallen on the playground and scraped his knee. Nothing serious, just a little bleeding. But she said he kept asking for one person, his dad. Noah's heart sank. "I'll be there in 10. He cancelled his meeting, ignored the headlines, and drove straight across town. When he walked into the nurse's office, Aiden sat on the little cot, legs dangling, trying to hold back tears. "Hey, buddy," Noah said softly. Aiden looked up. "Dad?" That word, it hit like a freight train. Noah dropped to one knee, gently touching Aiden's shoulder. "Yeah, I'm here." Aiden didn't say anything. He just wrapped his small arms around Noah's neck and held on tight. That was the moment it stopped being about court orders, media damage control, or his mother's disapproval. It became about love. That weekend, with the court's permission, Aiden stayed at Noah's place for the first time. They made pancakes, burnt on one side, raw on the other. They built pillow forts in the living room and watched cartoons past bedtime. When Aiden asked to sleep in the same bed just for tonight, Noah said yes, even though he barely fit in the twin-sized frame. He found himself laughing at things he hadn't noticed before. The way Aiden counted his steps out loud when climbing stairs. The way he named every car they passed. The way he asked questions, so many questions. "Dad, do you like dinosaurs? Dad, why don't birds fall when they sleep? Dad, are you staying forever? That one stopped him cold. Noah swallowed. "I'm not going anywhere, kiddo. I promise." On Sunday night, Emily came to pick Aiden up. She stepped into the apartment, half expecting chaos. But what she saw was her son, asleep on the couch, tucked in with a blanket too big for him, and a superhero mask still on his forehead. Noah stood nearby, quiet, changed. "He's safe," he said softly. "I can see that." They didn't fight. They didn't argue. For once there was nothing left to say, because somewhere between the courtrooms and custody filings, between the tabloid covers and press releases, something real had happened. Noah didn't just want custody anymore. He wanted to be Aiden's father, fully, completely, no matter what it took. And Emily, for the first time, didn't see a billionaire or a headline. She saw a dad. We hope this story moved you as much as it moved us. Now we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Noah's journey? Do you believe he deserves full custody of Aiden? Or does Emily's love and sacrifice speak louder than wealth and influence? Maybe, just maybe, there's no easy answer. Life is complicated, and this story mirrors the messy, emotional choices real people make every day. Drop your opinion in the comments below. Do you relate more to Noah, Emily, or even young Aiden caught in the middle? Have you or someone you know ever been through a custody battle or had to choose between love and legacy? Also, let us know where you're watching from. We love seeing how far these stories travel across the world, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next powerful chapter. We have more emotional, thought-provoking stories coming your way. Tomorrow's episode might just be our most intense yet. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of this journey. Your voice matters here.